Adaptive Structuration Theory, presented by Ramona Contreras. Adaptive structuration theory is derived from Anthony Giddens' structuration theory. Giddens asserts that social actions are not random, but rather are influenced by external and internal forces within a social system or social structure. Giddens defines structure as social rules and norms that are utilized in the creation or recreation of social systems as they occur routinely. DeSanctis and Poole expand on this thought by examining this process in regards to implementation of technology, hypothesizing that individuals may use technology as it was intended by design, or as they call it, faithful appropriation, or alter its use in relation to their environment, unfaithful appropriation. Repetitive use of these social rules can also restrict the extent of the technology's use, or cause a value judgment of the technology. Individual interaction with technology and the incorporation of personal experiences can dictate outcomes and structural changes, as well as eventually change the design or use of the technology. So what does all this mean? Social or organizational interactions are influenced through the implementation of technology. People's experiences, environment, or opinions about technology influence its use. These influences alter the way technology is used, either reinforcing its intended use, faithful appropriation, or creating new frameworks for use, unfaithful appropriation. Repetitive use within these new frameworks can result in changes in social or organizational structures, or even a technology's design. Can you give me an example? Absolutely. An example in today's world could be social media networks. The original design of these networks were to provide interpersonal connectivity to users. Users began utilizing the technology to drive trends through sharing of experiences, good or bad, regarding brands or products, or rallying behind a cause. An excellent example would be following a cancer page as it relates to a cancer run coming up that you're going to support. Large organizations began following these trends and implemented the technology use for themselves, despite the use being outside the scope of the technology's original design, unfaithful appropriation. Here's an example of a social media site being used with faithful appropriation. It's an interpersonal page that connects this user to other users within the network. This alteration of the technology's use resulted in social networking sites adjusting their design to also meet the needs of organizations to connect with consumers. Sinclair and Vogel indicate that organizations utilize social networking pages for a few reasons. 1. To create connectivity with the organization and the user. 2. To counteract negative feedback. I'm sure we've all gone to a social media page and seen somebody complain about a bad experience or horrible product. The third reason is to encourage support of a cause. Here are 3 examples of social networking uses in organizations. This page here is a Facebook page for Starbucks. It provides information to the consumer regarding the product and is also a way for Starbucks to interact and connect with its consumers. Here's Starbucks' Twitter page. Twitter could provide an opportunity for Starbucks to not only connect with users, it can counteract negative feedback. If Starbucks is supporting a cause, as they often do with their Red campaign, which fights against HIV in third world countries, it can garner support from its consumers for the cause. LinkedIn is another example. This LinkedIn page for Starbucks is encouraging individuals to join the Starbucks team. So, have you ever noticed a change in appropriation or use of social media networks? If you have, this change is directly attributed to adaptive structuration theory. Although individuals began using social networking sites to connect with one another, organizations saw the impressive possibilities with social networking and decided to utilize the system for their own benefits. And as a result, social media networking pages have adjusted themselves and adjusted their designs to meet the new needs of organizations. This is at the heart of what adaptive structuration theory is all about.